Hey guys, what's going on? Torque Nation, Torque Magazine, all of our followers. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I really do. I also owe a huge thank you to, we just kind of passed a milestone on our Facebook page of 3,000 viewers or 3,000 followers. So I owe everybody a huge thank you for that. That's a big deal for me. That was quite the little hurdle for us to surpass. So thank you everybody who has been a part of that, your likes, your shares, your comments. And make sure you keep entering the contest and things like that. But tonight we're doing something a little bit different. If you follow Torque Magazine, we hold several interviews throughout the year, and they're fun for us. We get to know these people that we are enthusiastic about, these people that we follow, excuse me, these people that have an impact on the community and especially an impact on us on some way, some forth. So tonight we're breaking in our YouTube series of interviews with a good friend, AJ Knight.
Thank you.
Okay, AJ, if you're not familiar with AJ, he does the morning show on VFX. I wake up to him. You guys probably do too. If you listen to the radio, you're anywhere near the Cache Valley, I know you've heard of their morning show, AJ and McCall.
Yep.
I'm going to make sure that you guys get all of their information underneath so you know how to follow them, because you guys have more than just your radio show, am I correct?
Yeah, we do. We're big on social media. We do a podcast. Our show, yeah. We try to do a lot. We try to do as many things as possible to get out there. I ate a habanero pepper today because I lost iPod Idol.
It was I didn't know if it was. I didn't know what kind of pepper it was.
I'm so dumb. I was like, oh, this will be easy. And then I went and bought them, and I was like, this is orange and tiny. This is going to be terrible. It was miserable. It was like the worst 5 minutes of my life.
I was hoping that you guys wouldn't do something extremely crazy, because when you said you were talking about the peppers, something like a Colorado pepper.
Oh my gosh. That's the thing. You can't,
I was like,
you can't
don't
do
do
pepper
it.
challenges anymore because everybody's like, oh, you got to do the Carolina Reaper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right? And I was like, the habanero was terrible. I'm not, like, we went through, and I don't remember what the measurement is, the Sovilles or whatever it is. And
Sovilles.
Like, I think McCall said 500,000 is what a habanero can get up to. And I was like, no, that's good. The Carolina Reaper is like 1.5 million, so
yeah.
I don't think you're off by much. So I'm good with the habanero. It was brutal.
Well, at least it wasn't, because I've seen the YouTube videos of the Carolina Reaper,
right.
and they inflict pain.
Yeah.
They inflict agony. I mean, people have had to go to the hospital because of these peppers. So I was really curious. I had to miss it this morning because I was in meetings. But I had to miss it this morning, so I was kind of curious. I wish I could have seen that. I don't know if they can actually go back, if you're going to have it on your social medias.
Oh yeah, we did a Facebook Live video, so you can watch. The cameraman did a good job, like closing up on my face. You can see just tears streaming down my face while I'm trying to eat it.
That's awesome.
Brutal.
No,
I drank coffee creamer as well to try and get out of it. It's bad.
Got an ice cream chaser.
Right.
That's it.
I went to the store today. I could have got milk, and I was like, I think I'll be fine. Like, I'll get through this. It'll be no big deal. I was dumb. Get milk. Always get
milk and bread.
Yeah.
The two necessities when you got the jalapenos.
So ridiculous.
But I do appreciate you coming down and joining us, AJ. It means a lot, because AJ has actually also done a Snapchat takeover with you. I hope you guys were able to tune in on that. It was awesome, man. He started a takeover 4:00 a.m. before he hit the radio show. And I was even impressed. I was like, "Holy cow, that's awesome."
Yeah, I was just trying to impress everybody because I try to go to the gym. It obviously shows.
I'm with you. Trust me, that's why I wear baggy clothes.
I was like, I better go today. So I'm doing the Snapchat takeover, and I hope it went well because I've never done one before, and so I was like, oh. And I was trying to just take everybody behind my regular day and make sure that everybody could see. And I was like, I don't know, am I doing it too much? Do I need to do it?
Actually, it was one of our more successful ones, and that's exactly what we like with the Snapchats. You know, we want people to see what goes on in the life of AJ. People know your voice.
Right.
People know you from going out to your radio shows or your on-sites. People know that side of you, but people don't necessarily know what goes on in AJ's life. And that's kind of what we want to get to with the interview today. I got to know, because what brought you into the radio? I mean, what made you decide that this is what you wanted to do?
I was lucky enough that my high school in Indiana is one of the very few that has a television and radio program in-house. And so my dad, who will never let me live it down, especially since I picked radio as a career now, he was like, you should try it, it's different. I was like, I don't know. And so I tried it, and I liked it. I really liked the video thing a lot. But when I went to college, I wanted to be a sports writer. I still love sports. And so I was lucky enough that my high school program had a really good reputation at my college, so I got a part-time job there doing, it was NPR radio, so it was talk radio, and I turned that into an internship at my local radio station, and I got to do Top 40, and I got to do sports, and so it kind of snowballed. I graduated high school in 2007, and I've been doing radio since 2005, pretty much nonstop.
Holy
There's been
cow.
a few short breaks there, but in various aspects, I've been doing radio. And I probably didn't think radio was going to be my career until 2015. I was at that point, it was still just something I was doing sort of to pay the bills. It was a really cool job because I'd worked other jobs, and they're terrible. And so radio was a really fun job. And then at some point, I was like, okay, this is working, so I'm just going to try and do this the rest of my life.
No, that's cool. I've always admired radio because you got to bring a certain level of energy to people, especially doing a morning show. I mean, people are getting up at, because I know how I feel at 6 o'clock in the morning, and the last thing I want to do is anything.
No,
so you've got to bring in that kind of energy to people to get their day started off right, and that's one of the things that I really enjoy about your show is you're not just, oh, well, here's you another 5 minutes of music, or here's you another 15 minutes of music. You guys get my mind going. You guys get the, with your little trivias, and McCall does a fantastic job. You guys have that partnership that you just don't see with a lot of morning shows. So that's one thing that I really do enjoy about your show is what you're able to bring, how you get us up in the morning, getting us going in the morning, exactly what I need.
Yeah, right.
And so I think the radio shows, I think you guys got it going on.
Thank you so much. It really, it sincerely is such a huge compliment. She was doing radio before this job and hated it, and I actually, before I came to Utah, was unemployed for a handful of months, and at a certain point was like, I'm radio and I just might be done. And so I came here, and I was on for about 6 months before they hired her. And I honestly, and we talk about this all the time, I didn't get to meet her before they picked her. And so I am extremely lucky because we hit the ground running. We think a lot alike. She's just as determined, if not more, than me. So I am so lucky that I got a co-host that is so easy to work with.
Well, I think you guys do phenomenal. And that's one thing that I do know about radio, because I've got a couple of other friends that are in the radio business. It is tough. Staying employed, things are constantly changing. Things are constantly evolving, just like in the industry that we're in. You've got to stay on top. You've got to stay on the top niche. Otherwise, there's always somebody up and coming. So for you to have been able to last that long in radio with only just a few months, man, that's phenomenal, AJ.
Yeah.
It really, truly is.
Yeah, well, it's nice, and I'm sure you could relate to when you do something like this that's something you feel you love or whatever, and it's creative and stuff. If you get in a situation where you're not happy doing it, it's soul crushing.
It is.
And her and I have both done it, so I'm lucky in that aspect too, because I came here and it's by far the best radio job I've ever had. I love my staff, and so I look forward to coming to work. We were just talking about the other day, because I was sick last week, Thursday especially, and she's starting to, I think, go under the weather because it's a building.
It's going around. Trust me, it's going around.
And so I was talking to her about it, and we don't miss days because we love doing what we do, and we don't want to leave the other out hanging out to dry.
No, I think it's absolutely awesome you guys do that. Now, you've been in Cache Valley for how long now?
About 15 months.
15 months, and how did you get up here? Obviously, did you apply for up here? Did they already hear about you and they offered the job, or what brought you to Utah? Is it a big change?
So I sent my stuff we have a consultant we work with, and I sent my materials to him, and he passed them on, and they decided that they liked me. So that was it was before Thanksgiving of 2016. And so they offered me the job. I actually took it over another job, and I came out here. Not really different than other places I've been, because my hometown, I'm in Indiana, it's a red state, it's a conservative place, but I'm in a college town, so it's a little bit more of a liberal place. And then I went to New Mexico, which is a blue state, but I live way south, so it's a retirement place, so kind of a conservative area. So it's really not any. I mean, the scenery's different. I've now had my brother was just out here, and my mom was out here last month, and I actually have a friend coming out here, and I'm sure he'll say the same thing. The first thing everybody tells me is like, these mountains really are beautiful, and I was like, it's true. Unless you really see them, you can't really appreciate it. It's the first thing both my brother and my mom said to me. So climate-wise, it's not really different. I think my brother's we're just talking about latitude. I think it's about the same as my hometown, but scenery's way better. Other than that, it's really similar to my hometown.
Yeah, that's one thing I do love about Cache Valley is it is a beautiful area. You literally have so many things just within a 2.5 hour distance all around us.
Yeah.
You know, you've got all kinds of different aspects of sports, you know, outdoor things that you can always go and attend to.
Absolutely.
So, no, that's pretty cool, and we are glad to have you up here. We really truly are. Now besides radio, you've got to have hobbies.
Yes.
Outside of radio. So what does AJ do to kill his time when he's not, you know, busting the weights at the gym?
Yeah.
or rocking my morning show, man.
I love sports. Any sports. I only played lacrosse in high school. I've never been athletically gifted, obviously.
No, I'm with you. Trust me. I'm athletically gifted for the bleachers. That's about it.
Yeah, right. I love watching them. For the longest time, I had a side project I did with my brother and my dad. I did a podcast, did a blog with them. I'm trying to get back to actually doing that. But I love watching sports. I'm excited for, of course, the tournament coming up. Who doesn't love filling out a bracket? And then video games. I love video games. This basement makes it amazing.
Yeah.
It's just awesome to be here.
It's like the ultimate man cave.
Right?
Seriously.
I like snapping at it. I'm sending it to all my friends like, this is so cool. I love video games. Xbox One is what I'm on. Really big in Assassin's Creed was a really big series for me. Halo was a big series for me. Video games.
See, and I've never been able to get really into the video game aspect of things, but my son, well, obviously my sons are into it, so I've been able to see him. And for me, it's anything that has to do with zombies.
Right.
That's what scares me, because I know that if I got into a zombie game, count me out, man. Hoss out. I know exactly what I'm going for. I love zombies. I love the brutality of them. Call me morbid. I don't know. Maybe I am, but I love them. So I don't know if it's the Call of Duty and all that, if that has the zombies in them or not. But we good?
Yep.
Sweet. Okay, I'm going to rewind.
No, go ahead.
But no, with the video games, there's so many different aspects that could easily draw somebody in, man. I watch them, and I've watched my sons play some of them, and I was like, I could actually seriously get into that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's I think where they've started to evolve is the storytelling. I think is the big part. I mean, that's some of my favorite games. Like I love Assassin's Creed for the story arc it has, and so I think I'm with you. I mean, the graphics has always been a big thing, but storytelling's I think a big thing that draws me into those types of games. And then I love the mindless button mashers too, but my favorite ones always usually have a good story attached to them.
Well, and I think what people have done with video games now, you've got like I think it's Twitch.
Yeah.
You know, you've got Twitch where people are actually able to do, you know, full-time gaming channels and all these different things. You're like, holy cow, people are really getting into this. And YouTube now has so many gamers on it, and I never thought that gaming would go where it has been. For me, it was always been kind of something, you know, occupy, 40 minutes or whatever. But man, these people do it like constantly, and it's like, holy cow.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes me a nerd. My girlfriend, I think, is too kind, but I like some of those channels. I have favorite YouTube gamers that I like to watch. It's something I like. I like to watch in my pastime, like Netflix or anything. So yeah, it's crazy. Who would have thought? Like, 'cause even back in high school when I played even way more with my friends, like we were really big into it. You always make that joke like, oh, maybe we could competitive gaming. Like, we don't play enough. And then you see this and it's exploded, and so YouTube, Twitch, and people are just making a living off literally just gaming and putting up YouTube videos is crazy.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I think one that we've actually followed, and actually I'm entertained by it, is The Squad. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but he does like reality stuff. He buys these different things and he transports, and it's actually kind of a cool game. So something like that I might be able to get into, but it still scares me. I try to stay into my other things that keep me out. But I may have to drop by a couple of games here.
You should try it. I mean,
may have to.
At some point, I'm going to try and get my dad back in. I remember my dad jokes about this all the time. Super Nintendo was one of the first systems I had, and we used to have him beat the stuff. And then we got to like 64, and he was like, I'm done. Too complicated for me. So that's when it transitioned.
I think the last gaming system I actually played was not an Atari, like a Intellivision. Yeah, do you even know what that is?
I think so.
I see most people that I seen it in a museum one time. I know that just kind of tells you how old I am. But we won't. I'm not going to touch any more on that basis. We'll step away. We'll step away from that now. As far as the sports goes, now what did you do for your blog and things like that? Or you said you're working on getting something started again. What are you doing with that?
Because I got into radio and I got into journalism because I always wanted to be a sports caster, sports writer. And so I'm trying to start something back up on Tumblr just to write.
Sure.
Because I love doing it. My brother and my dad and I did one. We're Chicago fans, so we wrote about that. We're really big into fantasy sports. My dad especially, he does all the fantasy sports, so we wrote about that. It was just something we did sort of as a hobby, but for me, since I was in radio and the further I kind of advanced my career, I think my dad kind of thought the same thing. Hopefully at some point it can lead to something. And then, my brother moved to Atlanta and I moved to New Mexico, and it kind of just, we went our separate ways. It was too hard to maintain when we're all different places.
It is. It does get difficult when you're so far from where you need to be.
Yeah.
We've kind of found that with Tort.
Right.
Where if you were in LA, you'd be getting, well, I'm not in LA. We're in Utah.
Yeah.
So oftentimes we do get to see, where the downsides to sometimes where your location is.
Yeah, and I'm sure, it's the same thing too, and I'm sure you can appreciate, you balance it. So you want it to be something you could do full time, but you're realistic, and so you put in the time. We all three had jobs, and we all three had relationships, and you try to find the balance, and it's tough.
Yep, I completely agree. So outside of, now we're going to kind of step into the future. Okay. Where does AJ want to be in 5 or 10 or 15 years?
Okay, so I turned 29 this year. I have a little bit of a problem admitting that, though luckily all my friends are turning 30 before me.
I was going to say, I don't even want to get on the young age here. Let's not even go there. I can't even remember 29.
I've really fallen in love with radio again, working here, so I want to keep doing it. I have some, big dreams. I'd like to run my own radio station again. I've gotten to do it once. I didn't do a very good job because I didn't know anything. So I'd like to do that again with more knowledge, and I just like to keep getting better, but also I'd like to get some opportunities in some of those cities that people talk about that, oh man, you work there, wow. I want to do that. Other than that, that's professionally, I'd really like to, if it somehow works out that I get to blogging again and I get asked to cover any kind of sports team, that would be great.
That would be sweet for you, honestly.
Right. I'll take almost anything because I love all sports: basketball, football, baseball.
Maybe we're lucky enough somebody will actually say, "Hey,
please." I love it. And so professionally, a lot of my goals are driven professionally right now because I think in my life right now I'm in a position where I can still make sacrifices career-wise.
Sure.
I'm not sure if I want to go back to school. It's something I've fought with myself back and forth. It's expensive. Is it worth it? Do I want to do it? So that's something. And then 5 to 10 years, I'd probably be married by then, I think. Maybe.
Okay, man, we won't. I don't know if his girlfriend, maybe. we'll have to leave that one for we'll check back with you on that.
Right. One. Yeah.
But no, that's actually pretty good. And honestly, for me, I have to. There are some things that school to me is important.
Yeah.
But also, what you're learning right now, there's almost no better knowledge than just getting right out there, getting it done, just moving forward, pushing yourself. And to me, I know so many people that never went to college that are now so successful because they didn't know where to quit. They didn't know where to stop. They don't need that little paper.
Right.
And so school is a good thing, and it does have some good aspects to it, but it's not always the answer.
Yeah, it's something I've battled with firsthand because I graduated. I have a film degree from Purdue University. I got my Bachelor of Arts. McCall never wants to go to college, And her and I've talked about it, and I've told her I don't necessarily think it was a waste of money, but I don't think it's really opened doors. It's like you said, the first-hand experience in this field especially has been the one that's got me where I need to go.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't, I'm not knocking, by no means, don't take this,
Yeah.
I'm not knocking college or schools, but, I went to like a year and a half of college,
Right.
and then I got kicked out of college, and that's for something, we'll share that later. I'm not going to, I don't want to be a bad example for anybody that does actually watch this, but everything, with Torque and everything else, it has been a lot of sleepless nights.
Right.
Time away from my family. I've been very blessed that my kids and my family are all a part of Torque.
Yeah.
But it has been a long road. So I know where you're at going right now. I think you're on the right track to do exactly what AJ wants to do.
Yeah, and that would be, and I'm with you. I'm not bashing school, and again, McCall's turned very successful in her, and she's younger than I am, so she's well on a bright path, and she's no intention of going to school, and neither of us would knock it. It's just not for us.
Exactly.
And with you, like the people ask us about our show, and it's what it is. We sacrifice our time. We commit to being on social media, and we commit to, okay, so today we're gonna go film this, and so that's really what it is. You got to take those chances. She's moved within the state far distances. I've moved across the country twice.
Yep.
So you got to take risks, and you got to work hard.
Well, that's cool. You know what? Now, as far as Utah, are there other places? Because it sounds like you've got a pretty broad area that you've been within. Is there some places that you want to travel to? What's on AJ's bucket list?
Oh God, I just talked about this today. I want to go.
I missed that conversation.
Right. I want to go to all the major sporting events at least once. So the Super Bowl, the World Series. There's stadium. I'd like to tour stadiums. I know a lot of people are sports fans have stadiums on their list. Travel is a big thing for me, especially now that I've gotten older and have more resources to do so. I'm supposed to go to Italy this year with my brother. I'm excited about that. So I'd really love to see Europe, Asia, Australia. More intimate goals. I've been lucky enough that my work has sent me to a few conferences. I'd love to be asked to speak at some of those conferences someday as someone who can mold new on-air personalities. And I actually, when I was in New Mexico, I won an award for being an on-air talent. I'd really like to at some point win another one.
That's cool. I did not know they even had those.
Yeah, I have trouble. Yeah, I think all 50 states have it's some kind of representation state, but it's usually BA. So like in my home state, it's IBA, and New Mexico's MBA. I think it's UBA here in Utah. So I'd like to win at least one more, if not some more.
Well, I'd have to see it happening. I mean, you guys with your morning show and what you've accomplished in your reach, I would see that as being very, very there.
Thank you.
For you guys. Because I love your morning show. Now, as far as, we kind of touched a little bit on your traveling and your bucket list, things like that. Let's get personal.
Okay.
Okay. Pizza, burger, or Mexican food?
Ooh, that's tough. I love all three. I think I could dismiss the burger I think I'm gonna go with pizza. Pizza.
You still got to do my Five Guys.
I have Five Guys. There's a Five Guys on my campus. I've been there several times. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Because I'm a Five Guys guy.
I got you.
I go Five Guys. So if they want to hook us up, if they've sponsored an episode, dude, we're there. Five Guys, lettuce and jalapenos. That's what I get on their double cheeseburger. It stays with me for a while, and I love it.
Bacon and onions.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I gotta have the bacon. Gotta have the bacon.
So, real quick story. My 21st birthday. So the Five Guys in my hometown's on my campus. So my 21st birthday, I'm taking a tour of all the campus bars. I'm turning 21, right? So I'm in line to get into a bar, and this guy rushes up and asks if he can get in front of us in line, and we're just having a good time because I've been out for a while now. So yeah. So we're talking to him, and he's from a different college. Him and his buddies were running because they took a bag of potatoes from Five Guys, and all of the rest of them got caught except for him.
Oh my heck! From Five Guys. That's
I still.
Well, I guess you got to do what you got to do. that brings me back to me getting kicked out of college.
Right.
Yeah, that was good times.
And that's the other thing too. Like I'm sure you admit, college is more. It's not just about the education. There's plenty of great experiences life-wise in college too that I wouldn't trade.
No, I wouldn't trade a lot of them. I can't remember.
Right. Yeah.
Because
that story is about the end of my memory of the 21st birthday.
Yeah, pretty much, and mine before that. But those are for another show. But no, I'm with you on the food thing. I really truly am. Now, what for the music? Because you guys play top 40.
Yeah.
With VFX.
Yes.
What is the kind of music? What is AJ like? Is the top 40 something that you know it? Because I know you've done more than just top 40.
Yeah.
So
I've been on a lot of different music. Honestly, and I know this sounds like cliche. I love almost any type of music. Like some of my favorite groups are like I love Maroon 5, who's on our station, but I love Red Hot Chili Peppers, you're not going to find on our station, and I love Metallica, you're definitely not going to find on our station, and I love Earth, Wind and Fire so much. I mean, arguably those are 4 of my top 5. So I love all music. I come from a place where you either love country music or we make fun of you for loving country music, and then I got to work on a country station and it kind of grew on me because then I did country music stations for a while. So I mean I love country music. Brad Paisley is one heck of a guitar player.
Oh yeah.
Chris Jansen is one of the nicest guys I've ever met. So I love all music.
See, and I was so grateful when you guys brought back the classic country.
Right.
I don't know if that's part of your station or not.
Yeah, the ranch.
The ranch.
Yeah, it's part of my company.
Because I'm a classic country guy. I love classic country. I love my top 40, but if I'm not, honestly, and this, I'm not just saying this, if I'm not listening to your morning show, I'm on the ranch.
Hi.
So
it honestly,
those are pretty much my two.
I'd love for you to listen to my station all day, but honestly, it's a huge compliment because that's we love the music that we're on. But when you say that, it means that we're doing what
you're doing the right job.
So I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I mean, Garth Brooks is on talk about bucket list. I've never seen him perform. One of the concerts near the top of someone I need to see.
Yeah. He's doing the thing back in Vegas now. I guess I don't know if he still does it. He may. But I know he travels a lot back and forth to Vegas.
Yeah.
Him and Trisha Yearwood. So yeah, that would definitely be a cool concert to go to.
Right.
It really, truly would.
I had my fingers crossed he was going to be at the halftime show. Because him and Justin Timberlake have such huge respect for each other.
I seen that. I seen a video with him and Justin Timberlake did the Friends in Low Places together.
It's such
I was like, whoa.
Him and Chris Stapleton, because after they released that song, I was like, Chris Stapleton, come on. And then he didn't have anybody, but still a good song.
Yeah, that kind of blew me away. I never would have thought Garth Brooks and Justin Timberlake.
Right? I think it's the Memphis thing. He's more country than I think people want to admit, because he was raised in blues and country.
Well, and they're two of the kings of pop. I don't know if you could really say Justin Timberlake is a king in his industry, but he was very dominating as the industry. He's got a very large following,
absolutely,
as does Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks was country for so many years, so I can see them two putting some stuff together.
100%.
They really could. But I don't want to take a whole lot of your time. I do want to give AJ the chance to kind of do his shout out, where you can follow him. I appreciate you tuning in or coming in and hanging out with us, AJ.
Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, I'm humbled that you'd have me on for an interview.
No, this was something that we've been wanting to talk about this for quite a while. And the local talent thing for us, it's great. It's great having you. But you can check him out voice-wise. You can't check him out on social media. I guess you can. You can check him out on social media. But Utah's VFX.
Yep.
Okay, and your social media channels, how do they find you on social media?
So all of mine are the AJ Knight. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat that way. Twitter, same thing. And then, all of the Utah's VFX is one word. That's everything for all same social media for our radio station.
Okay. So now you know where to find him.
Yes.
And also I'm going to put the links in the section below this video. So all you got to do is click on it and it'll take you to the Utah VFX, where you'll see more of AJ. And if you can, I definitely recommend tuning in to their morning show. I love it. I know a lot of other people that love it. I'm not just saying that because AJ's right here. But tune in. I appreciate everybody for watching the video. Make sure you like, subscribe. We got a lot more stuff coming. Thank you to AJ Knight again. And we'll see you later.
Thank you.